What's up, y'all? It is 10:41 and you are having coffee with the Cougar. Y'all, I ain't had no coffee in about 4 or 5 days. I gave my body a break from the caffeine or whatever, but I need this shit this month. Buddy. What's going on? So I'm just catching up. Y'all know I'm out of touch. I'm out of touch. I'm out of touch. You're out of touch. You're out of time. Going out of my head when you're not around them halls. Those are my boys. Oh, oh. Reaching out for something to hold. Let me quit. No, y'all. Let me get in touch. So what's going on? What's for dinner? What y'all got going on? Is anything new in y'all lives? Did something happen? A new date? A new friend? Did you meet somebody? Did you get a new job? Like, were you able to sell your house so you can relocate? Like, are you thinking about relocating? Is something new on your mind? Like, did you buy a new boat? Like, what happened? What's going on? Back to dinner. Y'all know I love dinner. So, I had went to Kroger's. I think I spent like $14 or $15 for, I don't know, maybe 11. I don't know. I spent something for a 3 pound roll of ground beef, and I made me some spaghetti. I got me some mushrooms, and all y'all know how I love my spaghetti. And, I made me a big pot of spaghetti. I ate all the noodles because I make my spaghetti meat and my pasta and my olive and my green pepper and stuff separate, and I make my noodles separate because I like my noodles fresh. So I ran out of noodles last night. So I'm going to cook me some more noodles today or whatever. But I've been eating off my noodles or whatever. Cooking so I don't have to go out and eat nothing else. Because I ain't got nothing else, no money eating nothing else with. I've been sleeping a lot. I've been talking to God. I've been letting God talk to me. And we've been having a conversation about what's on the horizon and what's to come and what I'm dealing with and what he showed me before. And he's been talking to me about like how he's been taking care of some things from touching me that was in the background that I didn't even know that was touching me and stuff like. Then he was telling me, because I love Psalms. When I get in the Bible, I love Psalms. Psalms is my favorite part of the Bible, of the book. But he was telling me, too, that he wants me to get into Proverbs and stuff like that. So, I've been drinking alcohol. I've been drinking vodka. I've been drinking beer. This is my first time back having caffeine. I've been watching videos. I've been thinking about how I don't want to go back to work, but I gotta go back to work. I've been thinking about the bullying and the harassment, who causing the bullying and the harassment. Like, I got a lot of things going on in my life. I've been thinking about the next chapter. I don't know. It's not a rebrand, but I'm kind of just dealing with the restoration of my life and the filters and what has happened to me and what people have inflicted on me and what I turn around and inflicted on other people because I was afflicted and stuff like that. The toxicity, trying to deal with that and get that out. I just been around here dealing with myself because I ain't finna deal with nobody else. For some people, it's easier for them to deal with somebody else and attack somebody else and train somebody else before they work on themselves. But me, I'm a reverse because I'm from the spiritual realm, so it's better for me to work with myself and attack myself and fess up, to myself and forgive myself and repent on myself to go do some other harm to somebody else. Everybody's different. So I'm just over here, doing some homework about what I need and what I need to do and how you let this get this far out of hand, or why haven't you taken care of that, or just over here just dealing with me. You know, I wouldn't want to deal with nobody else. I just want to deal with me because I know what I got going on, and I know, like, I know when to go. I know when to stop. I know when to press the brake. I know when this is getting too heavy. I know when it's getting sleepy. I know when it's too funky. Just over here, dealing with me. That's all. I ain't been doing a lot of dancing, but I'm gonna do some more dancing today. I think I had to be in the mood for dancing because I used to love to dance all the time. I think I burnt myself out. But, just taking one day at a time, cleaning my pillow cases, cleaning my pillow sheets, cleaning my pillows, and, washing some clothes. And now I need to vacuum because I'm sick of this damn floor. This floor is just, it's just what it is. I need, getting ready to mop, steam mop, not mops, getting ready to steam mop. It ain't gonna be right now because I think honey, I'm pretty much gonna go to bed because I'm loaded with alcohol, so I'll go back to bed, and then when I wake up, I ain't had no coffee in a while. Y'all know y'all ain't saw us have no coffee. It ain't been no coffee with the Cougar because the Cougar kind of just been disoriented and praying and stuff and listening to God and stuff and just trying to get myself together. And it just seems like you'll never be able to get yourself together. But as long as you live to see another day, Father told me that was the gift that he gave me. And I'm assuming that's the gift that he gave y'all. Father said if you are able to wake up the next morning, then that was a gift. Me and Father being here kicking it. I love that man over there. I love that man upside my roof, up beyond my roof in different countries and different areas because he's omnipresent. He's everywhere. He's in your heart. He's in your kneecaps. He's everywhere. So I could turn to my mirror. He's everywhere. So just getting to know him on a personal level and things that I can't talk about right now that he gave me back, and how I know he's real and he's been with me all my life. Apologizing, to him for straying and stuff like that and getting wild and stuff like that. Even though it wasn't even in my control. It was my parents doing it, and then it wasn't even they doing their parents. Just sitting back, getting outside my body, watching how generational curses unfold, and understanding I'm the seed to turn around the generational curse. It came down to me. I could have been the one, that they got, the generational curse back, and I had to pay something back. But it didn't come down like that. Thank you, Father. I'm the one where the generational curse came down, that I have the power to turn things around and stuff like that. Just really sitting down and getting involved and sleeping long hours and waking up with a prophet vision in my head, seeing things, seeing which way Father wants me to go, being able to hear his voice more clearly, in the morning, obeying him, when he tell me, when you wake up, I want some time with you. I love to hear your voice. When you sad, I'm sad. When you happy, I'm happy. Just listen to what he said to me. Don't come to me, just because you happy and things going good. Come to me when you happy, when you good, when you sad, when you bad. Like, don't disconnect when you do something that I don't agree with. Like keep on coming. Like, I have unconditional love. Like, I offer something that the world can't offer. Like, I knew you before you were born. Like, I knew you before you were formed. I knew you before I formed you. You see what I'm saying? Like you don't have any secrets from me, confessing the Father. Like my sins ain't against nobody, and I do a little things up in here. I do a couple of little sinning up in here, and understanding, that he's not a distant God. He's not a far off God. He's not a away God. The, trying to prove to him, that I'm not ashamed of him and I'm happy and I know where my father comes from, and then we talk about, how I got treated by my mother and my father and my stepfather. Good in a lot of ways too. Everything is what everything is. Just saying that I really know who my real father is, and I'm happy to be back home and happy to be back in touch with him and stuff like that, things I had to go through and how I had to move out of Atlanta to come back to bury my mom, even though and help my stepfather, even though I didn't even know why I had to come back home, and hopefully I'm getting ready to go back home and stuff like that, just over here really, really, really dealing with myself, dealing with the man, how long, to get back in the studio, how long to hear a beat, how long to do my thing, how long, to touch arms and stretch arms with important people, thanking him, from getting me away from people, that was trying to attack me. And this whole 217 thing, how these whole people that tried to destroy me for no reason and didn't even know who they were dealing with, didn't even know who I was. But I'm out now, he finally let me out and stuff like that. Like just over here vibing, just over here feeling myself. I mean, what is it to do other than clean up this damn house? Damn. Just getting in touch with reality. But not just reality, but groundbreaking, shaking reality. Like Moore said, after winter must come spring. Everything is everything. Just understanding that everything is everything. Father talked to me about staying humble and staying up under him and staying close to him and, revealing pictures to me in my head when I was a child and, certain toys that I had, certain dogs that I owned, who I am, certain nightgowns that I own, light blue nightgowns with the stars on it where he allowed the sun shine through my window and let the light reflect off of them, and I was hated because I was a child of God. My skin got faced up, I got drugged and my whole thing. Just over here, just how my children turned on me. Not because they came through my vessel, but my mom and dad had the money and the capital to make them turn on me, and brothers and sisters was against me, because I had something they didn't. It wasn't even about the looks. It wasn't even about being fat and funky. It wasn't being about black and ugly. You just belong to God, and that just do something to people when you just belong to God. Just thinking about how the temple got robbed and, thinking about my father while he on the cross and listening to him talking about the price he had to pay to come pick me up and how they gave him vinegar to drink and just over here talking and listening to my father talk about how if the world hates you, don't be mad about it. They hated me before they hated you. You my prophet. You not the only one who's going through this. I had other prophets that was roaming the world. They did this to the prophets. They did this to everybody. You ain't new to this. Ain't nothing new under the sun. Just talking to my father. Just spending time with him. People coming up against you for no reason. Women that's 30 and 40 years older than you coming up against you for no reason. But you so wise enough, you understand that they need the energy. They see the youngness and the vitality, and they come against you, and they get mad because you was able to woo a guy that was older and that they couldn't keep. Just being able to understand everything. Just sitting over here with my father, spending time. Sorry. Just up under my father's wing, happy to be up under my father's wing, happy to get on YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, MySpace, any space, your space, and let my father know that I know where I come from, and I'm not ashamed of him, and I'm happy, and I have to go back to where I came from, I'm happy to know where I came from, happy to know about my family, like finding out about my genealogy, finding out that Adam and Eve were my great grandparents, even though I thought like they was my brothers and sisters, like finding out, all these things about where I really come from outside the flesh, because y'all know I was not born here. And that's why I have gotten mistreated so bad, because everybody knows I'm not from around here. So now, after I found out that Adam and Eve were my great grandparents and not my brothers and sisters that I thought, now I'm gonna find out about like Noah, because I think like Noah is my cousin, and I'm gonna find out about like archangels, all the angels and stuff. But just really getting somewhere, sitting down, understanding, past the mud and the dirt, finding out that I came from mud and dirt, and then Father talks to me about, about how like he don't want me bragging on nothing, and he don't like vanity, and he don't want me acting like these things, and that's why it's taking a little bit longer for him to do what he needs to do for me, because he need me to have the best deal, he need me to have the best offer, and I need to wait a little bit longer for he do what he do, because everything gonna be taken care of, and the things that other people, these fallen angels have worried about and have had happen to them, he don't want me going that way, and just talk about like how he polishes my light, and how I'm his lantern, and how I'm a weapon for him, and how I'm a vessel. Just sitting here, getting some understanding. Just listen to him talking about how these people in Decatur and came up against me and done stuff to me and grouped together, how their day is coming, and this ain't no lie. I saw a lot of day coming. They had a lot of deaths in their family. But everybody getting killed but them, because he want them to sit around and witness the torture of what they done, and he want them to know it ain't over. It's just now beginning. Folks been losing some very important people for doing stuff to me. Just running, not only me, just chosen children, just running around ambushing and slaying God's children for no reason. All of this stuff is coming to light. All of it's coming to pass. My energy is vibrating. I'm in the understanding. You in the understanding. They in the understanding. They know why it's happening. Why they heads getting bald. Why they got bald spots. Why they wise. And why they hugging Father. You was over here fucking around with God's prophecy. You know what you did. Why they losing children, why they coming down with cancer, everything. I've been watching white people out there's been doing things to me. It ain't no mistaking. Nope. Just over here with Father. How you tell me to keep on going, turn around, handle my business, even though they pick and turn around, handle your business. I'm talking to you, and they over, listen, you keep handling the business, and I'm going to fulfill the prophecy. I see them. I'm right here. How they gathering around in groups talking about me for no reason. I hear my name. I hear muh. I hear this and that, but they whispering. I can't hardly hear nothing. But he's standing over there. He with the program. Just over here, realizing how these weapons forming against me, but they ain't prospering. Bow and arrows, motherfucking Desert Eagles, motherfucking, what's them thing? Grenade bombs, motherfucking time bombs, ticking time bombs, motherfucking dropping packets of units of shit out there. But just come and get me any motherfucking way they can. Ain't got to nobody yet. Father told me to tell him when I wake up in the morning, say, Father, I'm still standing. And Father, I'm still standing. Just over here laughing. These folks over here looking like lions and sheep and wolves and bleeding from the ulcers, got hemorrhoids, all of this shit. Because over here enjoying my life. But things still happen because Father didn't already explain to me the more I elevate you, the more I make your light shine, the harder they gonna come after you. It ain't because of your looks, it ain't because of beauty, it's because you carrying something and they know what you carrying. You got something that's finna destroy darkness, that's finna destroy something. You got eternal light. These people missed their chance. And they still got a chance, but they still won't turn around and talk to him, man. They still won't repent. And furthermore, they still won't leave your ass alone after I done warned them and told them to leave your ass alone. Death coming by. Yeah. I wish y'all could see what's going on. I'm seeing them get killed by they keep rising up on me. Well, Father can't take no more. When I start breaking down and crying, Father get to kill him. I'm gonna say, Father get to slay him. I'm gonna leave it there. Other than that, yeah, I was gonna make me some spaghetti. I got the spaghetti, some noodles. I gotta make me some more fresh noodles. How's your day going? My day is going real good. I love you.